Alright, so this should be Chapter 2 of Death to Bushido, our small mini campaign slash three-shot, hopefully, set in feudal Japan. Last session, our protagonists met in the ghetto districts around Honnoji, which was the temple where Oda Nobunaga was surrounded, and ultimately where he committed seppuku and died. Over the last year, there have been mysterious happenings in this area, and each of you have come for your own reasons, two of you being samurai, that being Onozaki and Katsuyori. You've come at the behest of your lords to investigate a letter sent from the local magistrate, a female samurai by the name of Mori Makiko. Father Faustino is clearly a gaijin, and he has come for trade and ultimately to win the hearts and minds of the local populace and bring them to Christ. Mitsutaka is a man of the merchant class, and he has come to do business with the local magistrate. This happens to bring you all together in a search for the magistrate who had gone missing, Mori Makiko. You had investigated a lead that you had at the local tea house, and one of you had seen a beautiful woman rushing outside, and at that time you had realized that this woman was injured badly, and after some quick thinking and some prowess by Onozaki and the magistrate's Yoriki Hatsuo, you had able to staunch her wounds and save her life, more or less. There had been some contemplation to track down some of the local thugs, but this now takes precedence of why Mori Makiko was in this tea house and how she became injured. The night has passed relatively calmly from what had transpired. Let me get you over there. Is there any questions about what happened? Alright, I'm gonna assume that's a no.
No, I think we were also contemplating on if there was some kind of creature or
Yeah, you did notice that the wound was claw-like, I believe, would be the correct explanation. You have passed the night, some standing on guard from time to time in this local rented room, and Mori Makiko has been placed in one of the rooms of honor. Her wounds have been tended to day and night, or night, by Hatsuo, her loyal Yoriki, and Onozaki from time to time, as he is the most skilled in the healing arts. When the morning comes, the proprietor of this inn, if you will, Kiichi, comes and serves you all warm tea and rice and noodles. He is relatively oblivious to the goings-ons of what happened last night, just knowing that the magistrate is bedded up in one of his rooms. At this point in the morning, each of you can come out into the common room, head into Makiko's room, whatever you would like to do. So feel free to get us started, whoever would like to go first.
So Father Faustino will finish up what's left in his rice, and he'll make sure that Mario is well fed as well. He leans over to Mario and tells him to keep an eye and take care of their things, and he goes to check on the the injured woman that they had brought in last night.
As you head to the door, the man that you had come in contact with earlier, the Yuriki, the magistrate's assistant, Hatsuo, is standing next to the door. He looks at you with raised eyebrows. Gaijin, what you need with the magistrate?
And Father Faustino just gives a short bow and says, I am simply wanting to check in on her, make sure she is doing okay.
He frowns slightly. She said to allow all entry. You may go inside. He pulls back the Soshi screen to allow you to pass. What you see inside is a woman lying on the floor in these what you would consider odd for European standards, but here in Japan all the beds lay directly on the floor. And she is doing so. She has a large blanket that has been thrown over her, which is now pulled up to at least her shoulders.
And Father Faustino, he just looks her over and is she awake? Is she asleep? Is she...
As the screen opens, her eyes flutter open as well. If she was awake before that, it's hard to tell.
Father Faustino, he just smiles at her, his wide smile, and just says, "It's good to see you awake. I hope that you are healing well and not in too much pain."
Mori Makiko looks to Father Faustino, and she still is very narrowed eyes from just awakening. She grunts a bit from the pain. She tries to pick her head up to look towards. I am not dead. That is the most important thing.
Yes, you looked very close to it when we found you last night. It's very fortunate for you that we were able to bring you here when we did.
Indeed. I do appreciate you assisting in saving my life. What is your name, Gaijin?
And he just looks down at her, and he kind of just looks off to the side a little bit. He said, "Yes, I apologize. I should have mentioned that earlier. I'm Father Faustino. I came here in search of you, truth be told, regarding business, but let's not worry about business right now. The only thing that matters now is that you get better."
And she looks to you. Please sit. It is improper to stand towering over someone.
And Father Faustino, he bows again and says, of course, I apologize. And he finds a small place to sit. If you'd like, I can allow you to go back to resting. I just wanted to ensure with my own eyes that you were doing well.
No, there is no time for rest. She sits up a little bit more, again, holding the blanket towards her skin, groaning in pain as she does so. Where are the others? Are they awake?
Yes, everyone was eating. They should be finishing up. Would you like me to get anyone?
If you can gather them all, it's urgent.
Yes, of course. And Father Faustino stands again, and he bows as he leaves the room backwards, and then he turns in the hall and heads back to the dining area.
He will encounter Mitsu making his way into the dining area.
And when he runs into
Mitsutaka.
Mitsutara, where's your name? I don't even see it. Sorry.
Is it not showing?
I see it.
What was
Boju.
it? Buju? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went by your last name. Okay. When he runs into you in the hall, Father Faustino, he begs your pardon for almost bumping into you.
Of course, Father.
Mitsutaka, have you had an opportunity to eat this morning?
I was just on my way.
Well, if you could go ahead and do that with some haste. Is she a governor? What is she? I'm sorry.
Magistrate.
Magistrate. The magistrate Mori Makiko would like to speak to all of us.
Ah, of course. And he scurries off towards the kitchen, quickly grabs something before making his way to the magistrate.
And Father Faustino, he, one by one, goes to the rest of them and bows and politely lets them all know the magistrate's wishes.
Onozaki is sitting there on his knees with a bowl in the hand and his chopsticks, and mixing a raw egg in his rice, all creamy like, and smiling at it like he hasn't had it in a while. And he's about to take a bite and looks over as Faustino comes in. Hi. And he sets the bowl down and looks over towards Katsuyori. She is awake.
Yes, it would be a good time to go and see her. See what we can figure out.
And so Onozaki gets up quickly and follows Father Faustino down the hallway.
And Father Faustino walks down the hallway, and he steps off to the side of the door and allows a short bow to let the samurai and others enter the room first before him, and then follows in behind them.
And when Onozaki passes, he enters into the room where Makiko is and moves off to the side, allowing the others to come in. And before they all finish coming in, he bows down to her and Makiko-san, Onozaki, at your service.
You are one of the samurai who helped assist me. Thank you, Onozaki-san.
And he nods and he looks over towards Katsuyori.
Yeah, Katsuyori would enter and bow. And I am Takumaru Katsuyori. I must offer my apologies, Makiko-san. I referred to you improperly yesterday when you were wounded. I was not aware of who you were.
I think this is a time of forgiveness, considering all you have done for me. She bows her head to you, Katsuyori.
Who then raises it. May we sit?
Please, sit down. Sit down. We have much to discuss.
He will nod and take his seat in the room.
As you are all congregating, Hatsuo looks in, looks at Makiko, and is trying to catch her eyes. If he looks to the Soshi screen afterwards and begins to pull it shut. It looks like he's perhaps trying to get confirmation if that is what she wants.
She meets his gaze and gives him a very small nod, acknowledging what he's doing and giving him the go. She does look to Mitsutaka. In your name.
Raven.
Sorry, had myself muted. I am Mitsutaka, Buju, a merchant come to speak to you on matters of commerce.
Unfortunately, matters of commerce will have to wait.
Of course. He gives a bow.
And she sits up more, adjusting herself. You can see there's pain and reading on her face, but she keeps fairly even in terms of expression. She looks to each one of you. I sent the letter as I hoped someone's like you would come and seek it out to offer assistance. I have had something taken from me. This district is plagued with miscreants, banditry, those who would turn on me.
I see. And these miscreants, are they the ones who we think are causing these misfortunes, missing children?
I do not know who are causing the missing children. I do know that there's one child who's missing that means the world to me. She looks down in a bit of shame. My son, he was taken by the madam.
The madam of the establishment which we come from?
She forced me to work as a geisha. Kept him hostage in a way. I was not able to speak on it until now. That's why I sent a letter.
Katsuyori looks at Onozaki and then back to Makiko. How is it that some madam can force you to do these things? You are a samurai.
She has my son. I don't know where he is. I cannot find him.
Onozaki stands up immediately. He's definitely enraged, but he's trying to keep his composure. And he calms down at the sight of everybody when he notices he jumps up too quickly, and this will not stand. We came here and began our investigation yesterday when we did not know where you were. We will find your son.
You must know I sent a letter also to employ outside help. Both of my Budoka are corrupted. I am unsure of who to trust. Seems everyone close to me outside of Hatsu works for her. I cannot be sure, but I had to be very careful. And last night was something else entirely.
As you say that, Makiko, there's a small rap on the door.
She turns to the door. Please, enter.
The door slides open and Hatsuo stands there. He gives you a very, very different bow, placing his eyes on the ground. Apologies, Magistrate-sama. The proprietor of this place, Kaiichi, has a message. And he kind of roughly grabs the innkeeper by the scruff of his neck and pushes him forward. The overweight man stumbles a bit. Magistrate-sama. He gives a awkward bow. I mean to tell you, I received a message last night. Deep into the night, I was in my cups a bit. But the message is from the priest. It only says that he wishes to speak to you.
She looks at Kiichi and gives him very firm. Hey, thank you for bringing this.
Hi. He nods and passes the letter over to whoever's closest to him. Likely it would be Father Faustino.
And Father Faustino, he just takes it with two hands, receives it from him with both hands, and gives a short little nod as he takes it from him. And he carries it over to Mori Makiko.
She takes it also, a small bow of her head, and she looks to the note, unrolling it and looking at the scripture, seeing the signet. I'm guessing it looks familiar.
Yeah, not overly familiar. You're aware of the Shinto priest that's in the area. He has a small shrine that he takes care of that's near Honoji. He's pretty benign around here. He's just never left, essentially. His name's Hakaru. You think that he was probably a peasant before he became a Shinto priest. Shinto is definitely a waning religion, as the religion of Japan is more of an amalgamation of Shinto and Buddhism, but he's still very highly respected, and certainly you would not think that he would have anything to do with your child missing or anything like that.
She looks to it for rolling it up and looking to the other four. It seems that I am curious as to how he knew I was here. But if you would all accompany me, I need to see this priest. I must ask for your assistance for a little bit longer.
Makiko-san, are you certain you should be traveling in your state. I do not doubt your courage, but
I am not going to lay here. I have both summons and my child is out there. Not with the madam, not with him in her clutches.
Onozaki nods to her and I am not the best doctor. Is the wound going to be okay?
It will hold together.
May I ask, what kind of weapon did this to you? And he looks over towards Katsuyori.
Makiko thinks back on the evening and she closes her eyes and shakes her. You would think I am crazy to tell you. It was no man, but I'm not sure. It seemed dark, almost as if a yokai had come out and assaulted me.
His eyes kind of flash over to Katsuyori now. And then he doesn't say anything else. He just nods to Makiko.
at any rate, I think we will aid you in the travel nonetheless. You must not overexert yourself, not so soon.
I can agree to that, Katsuyori-san.
You notice in the doorway, Hatsuo is standing there and he has your Najinata in his hand, the butt of it resting on the ground, just waiting for you to claim it, and on a dashio stand at his feet, which he has likely arranged, you see your wakizashi and katana. You see Aki moving off behind him as if he was prepared for you to take your weapons up as a samurai would.
And she looks to the four of them. Please give me a moment to get ready. I will meet you all by the doors.
And once he starts realizing, what's being discussed and what she's trying to do, Father Faustino, he furrows his brow and he bows and says, I'm sorry, Magistrate Makiko, but you are in no shape to travel. You must rest.
Do not tell me what to do, Gaijin. I will do what I must.
Is there anything that we can do that you must?
You
To
can
allow-
accompany me.
And Father Faustino raises an eyebrow and he bows and walks out of the room.
Onozaki nods and looks over to Katsuyori. Well, we should get ready as well.
Agreed.
From where he's seated on the floor, Mitsu almost bows his head to the floor. As you will, my lady. And he strolls out after the father.
As everybody exits, Hatsuo pulls the screen door closed to give the magistrate some privacy. So you have, you can, if you have anything you wish to discuss without her there, you may.
Just as they're walking down the hallway back towards, I guess, to go find their armor and weapons, Onozaki will make a comment about that. The yokai. So, this is not good.
Katsuyori looks at Omazaki and nods. I still have my doubts, but I have heard Makiko-san is a reputable samurai. She has no reason to lie or fabricate such details. Nonetheless, I think these are cowardly men who use spirits to frighten people. We shall see.
Aye. If the madam is some kind of magician who can control spirits, then she is truly a danger.
I have considered simply walking down there and collecting her head myself to try to embarrass a member of the samurai caste so thoroughly. Such impudence. It makes my blood boil, Onosaki-san.
I agree. And he whispers more just to him now and says, we cannot let this stand. These miscreants controlling the town. We will fix this.
Why don't you two give me a vigilance roll to keep your composure and not go down, and not want to really, go down there and seek retribution. TN 14.
Uh-oh.
Which one is that? Oh, I'm under willpower.
Nice.
Oh, damn. I think that's untrained.
It is trained for you.
It is trained.
Yeah, you're able to calm your emotions of the disrespect that this woman has shown your kin, your God-given birthright, in such a very flagrant manner.
Yeah. I guess maybe Onozaki, that's what Onozaki's thinking. Maybe like there must be some kind of like witchcraft going on here or something, and so he does make that comment to Katsuyori. There must be some sort of magic here.
Magic or not, by the time this ends, her head will be on a pike.
I am with you.
And as you agree to this, the screen door opens and Makiko steps out.
Keiko steps out. Her blades on her. And she looks to the fore. Though, she's deeply injured from the night before, she still stands tall, and she gives them all a very small nod. Well, we should quickly venture to Shinto priest. There must be a reason why he has summons. It better be of some import.
Hatsuo bows to you. Magistrate-sama, what would you have me do?
I would like you to... She thinks for a moment. If you could keep eyes out at the tea house, have Aki look into it. I would like you to hopefully proceed as all is well. But I have a feeling the madam knows of where I stand now. I need to know if my son is okay. He is of great importance.
Mitsuo frowns. Hi, Makiko-sama. I will do it. And he immediately spins on his heels after bowing and walks out the door.
She looks to the fore. Shall we?
Hi. Makiko-san, is there anyone else you can trust?
She shakes her head. Right now, no. I do not know who is in her pocket. It could be anyone else from the city or from the district.
Is she some sort of witch?
Ted, what would Makiko know about Shinju?
Yeah, you don't know what her actual motivations are. To you, she's just a very, very conniving and backstabbing woman who saw an opportunity to put you under her thumb and did so.
She shakes her head as she starts to make her way out. I do not know. I just know that she's used this opportunity to gain the upper hand and to gain more power within the district.
It worries me that she is powerful enough to send yokai after you, to assassinate you, if that is what happened.
I do not know what happened, Onozaki-san. I do not know if that was her goal, but if it was, she could have killed me quite a long time ago.
Then again, why would she kill you when she has you right where she wants? And he kind of looks away, kind of a little disgust on his face, and goes to get his weapons ready.
Are you guys going fully armored in your Lamalar armor or normal street clothes? That goes for Mikiko as well.
I think it might be intimidation time, huh?
Show of force, yeah.
We are going to see the Shinto priest.
Doesn't matter. People are
Shock
gonna
it
see us
off.
on the way there.
True.
Yeah, Katsuyori would be in full gear. He would want people to recognize that they are going there.
I think Makiko would do the same, as she knows exactly where they're going after this. And knowing that if the madam knows that she's at least out and about, she's going to be recognized no matter what, so she might as well don full armor.
Alright. It takes you a few moments to get your gear on, but you clamber out the door, and you see Keiichi's eyes go wide, and he steps back, and there's a screen between the parlor room and one of the back rooms where he was standing. He slowly slides it as you exit the inn. You march across the district and you see the burnt husk of Honoji that is always in the distance, always overlooking everything. Ita and other peasants see you walk by and immediately scurry back into their homes or whatever buildings or alleys are nearby, not wishing to incur the wrath of samurai. Anyone with them is inconsequential, as a group you all look like samurai to them. Even the gaijin, they don't take another look as they see Makiko, Katsuyori, and Onozaki walking forward in their armor. You walk up a small hill to a shrine. You see the shrine at the top of a small set of stairs. There's a small building behind it, and you see a few young monks moving back and forth. But the man that Makiko recognizes as Hikaru has a beard, and he has a robe on and drapes down just above his navel, showing his rugged chest hair. He appears to be. He has a hoe in his hand, and he's digging up some weeds that are near a tree. His eyes turn down as he watches the five of you ascend the stairs. He simply stops and turns and looks at you as you approach.
And is this the Shinto priest?
Yeah, this is Hikaru, this Shinto priest, yes.
What would be the proper way to address?
If you're being nice, san. If not, nothing.
She approaches and gives him very formal, very tight. He goes, and I got your summons.
He bows slightly, perhaps not as low as you would like, but he bows. Hi, this was not a summons, Madam Magistrate, more a meeting, for I have many important things to discuss.
I do not mean to sound rude, but I do hope it won't take up too much time.
He blinks slightly. That is up to you, Makiko-sama. He leans the hoe against the tree and puts his hands into the folds of his sleeves. I wish to tell you about something that I have finally know for certain. Many think I am a fool, but I am certain there are only an yokai here in this district. They stream from the temple. They assault my dreams. I have prayed to the kanji, the kami, to ward myself from these evil spirits, and now I feel they come to you.
I am curious how you know this, and how you knew where to deliver the letter last night.
The letter is simple. It was rumored that you had been found injured in the streets. It is not a thing that went unnoticed. As for the Oni and the yokai, the kami visit my dreams.
And she looks to the others to see if they have any questions.
Katsuyori takes a moment from looking around. Rumors from who?
Ita, peasants. One of my boys, and he waves to one of the monks. Soul someone that had said they saw the magistrate, who we all know had gone missing, injured in the streets.
And he looks around again. These yokai, Oni, describe them. What do they look like in your dreams?
He considers for a moment, pulling one of his hands out of his sleeves and rubbing his beard. They change each time, or most times. I see snakes. I see flying men, ghosts. I see warriors with great swords. Nodachi, like this one. He nods to Onozaki's Nodachi that's on his back. Eat very many things.
What about a woman?
Sometimes there are women. Sometimes there are men.
And you say they are coming from the temple.
Aye, the curse of Nobunaga.
This is a problem indeed, if true. I was indeed attacked last night by something not human.
I had feared as much.
Why do you say they come from me?
I do not know. You are samurai. Who else could stand up to such evil?
Onozaki looks over the temple and over to Hikaru. Will our weapons be enough to defeat the yokai?
He looks at you and then looks at, for the first time seems to register that there's a gaijin among you and another one that doesn't seem to be a samurai. His face begins to frown, and I would like each of you to give me a perception roll. And then just tell me who's the best out of each of you if you can, if I can't see it, but... So cheese not bad.
What's it under?
Perception is under... Well, oh, I'm sorry, senses.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm not trained. Okay. One sec.
I need to check that. My roll was crap. I was busy talking to him.
So
Like,
17.
boot you at 17.
Alright, give me a sec. That did not work. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, so I'm gonna whisper you something, Mitsutaka.
Alright.
Nice. Mitsutaka for the win. gets all that armor in our face.
Mhm.
Okay, Mitsu gasps. Look out! And he starts to pull a knife from in his sleeve.
As you say, look out, another knife goes end over end up the stairs. As Mitsutaka is called out, you do see the origin of this knife. Makiko, you recognize this as one of your Budoka. And so now someone has to act quickly as the knife is hurled not towards Makiko, but actually towards the priest. So I would like someone who wants to attempt to deflect this attack in some way to give me an athletics roll versus his throwing roll.
I'll just step in front.
Ooh.
Nice.
Let the armor take the hit.
All right, let me. Okay.
If he fails this, could I try to deflect, or is it we're just gonna do one of them?
Well, the athletics, you still need to do an athletics roll to get in the way in time. So you don't have to try anything special. So you can just give me an athletics roll and I'll... Well, his athletics roll. Or throwing roll, I should say. Holy moly.
Wow.
He's athletic.
Ooh.
Now, how do you block this throwing knife from hitting Hikaru?
Yeah, so he hears Mitsutaka call out, looks and just sees steel in the air, and he just steps forward, places himself between the blade and the priest, and lets his shoulder take it if possible.
Yeah, the blade. When you step in front of it, you step at just the right time where it hits the hilt, hits your armor and just bounces off. The young man leaps up and turns and begins to try to flee down the stairs.
Oh, right on him.
What are the rest of you doing?
Makiko is going to look between Mitsutaka and Onozaki. Actually, yeah, she'll look between those two. One of you stay with the priest. If the other is here, he could still be in danger.
Yeah, Onozaki will pull out his big bad and stand guard over Hikaru.
Makiko will be with Katsuyori and be in pursuit of...
Mitsu would throw the knife he was pulling out of his sleeve if he has a shot at it.
Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and... So I'll say he's at medium range from you. So if you want to pull up your combat menu...
Okay.
And then you would do your throwing knife.
Okay.
And then it'll ask you what range band. Yeah, the target. Just click on ISO. And then it should ask you what range band. It should be medium. Did it not work?
It popped up a thing for me. Hit location. Right leg.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Essentially, you throw it and it hits the dirt. It doesn't hit him as he's sprinting down the stairs. Okay. So what is Father Faustino doing?
Yeah, as soon as all this starts happening and there's a startle, essentially, Father Festino immediately grabs Mario by the collar and pulls him towards him and steps off to the side out of the way.
Okay. So Katsuyori and Makiko, you're giving chase, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's do opposed athletics rolls. Not good for him. Bad. Ah. So Makiko, your wound is just keeping you from catching up, but Katsuyori, you're able, just at the bottom of the stairs, he is not taking the stairs as well as you. What do you do as you come up behind him?
I have questions for this
Sure.
dishonorable traitor, so I'm going to go for his knees with a katana swipe. I don't care if he no longer is able to walk, as long as he can breathe for a little while.
Okay. Well, give me a swing with one hardship for an aimed shot. Okay. He's going to try to dodge. I'm going to give him a -3, however. Yeah, 6 plus your damage is 6. Holy moly. 12. Okay, that gives him a wound. I'd say that's enough to knock. You basically strike him across the back of the legs. He tumbles to the ground onto his face. And he is prone beneath you.
I don't know if it would make any difference, but it would be 18 because I have lethal weapon. It probably won't.
I think that's added in, the plus 2.
See.
Yeah, because katanas are normally 4.
Okay, fair enough. Never
Yeah,
mind.
but he's on the ground. For sure.
Yeah, I would continue walking towards him, brandishing the weapon. I would not get up again.
Yeah, he rolls over to his side. Oh! Oh! He's like reaching for the backs of his legs.
I'm gonna put my boot on his neck. Quit your whining. Endure the pain. You do not speak unless you are spoken to.
He just groans in pain. Doesn't say anything, but...
Yeah, he will wait until Makiko gets to the bottom of the stairs.
She eventually gets to the bottom of the stairs, kind of holding where her wound is, but seeing Izo on the ground, stands back up. What have you done, Izo?
He just grimaces. You will kill me if I speak.
I will kill you if you do not speak.
I was sent here to kill the priest.
By who?
He gives a frown. Shinju.
Of course. I assume the priest has important information, which is why she wanted him dead.
It is not my place to know such things.
Why do you betray me so easily?
He just sneers. Bleh. Koku, of course. How else can one such as I raise my status without money?
And what is your honor worth, I wonder?
I piss on your honor.
And he put my foot tighter against his neck. You answer the question. What were you paid?
He reaches down to his belt, and you can see he's not going for a weapon, but he pulls out a fairly large strand of coins, Koku, and lets him sit on the stair there.
I will cut off his hand as the Koku comes out.
He's just screaming as blood
That
begins to
is
pump
what
out.
honor is worth. Your blood. Simple.
Yeah, he is grabbing at his hand with the other, or his stump with the other hand. You can see the blood is spurting out of the wound, and he's not probably got too much longer to live without some sort of medical care.
Is there anything on fire nearby?
On fire? No.
And Katsuyori will look to Makiko. If there are any other questions, Makiko-san, I do not believe he is long for this world, and not a moment too soon.
And she just looks down to him. Where is Shinju? Where did she tell you to go after this?
He looks at his hand. Hear me, I will speak. You can give me an intimidation roll.
Oh.
Or deception. Deception would work too, if that's...
Let me see if she's even has that.
I'm not guessing that would be good for her.
Oh! Yeah, I used deception.
Okay. He's gonna roll... Courage.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Oh, too bad the pimp can't help you sell it.
Alright, so he has nothing in courage. This might be a really bad roll for him too, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just looks to him.
He rolled a 10 though. I'm not sure what happened
Oh.
there.
Oh, no.
Take a hardship because of his injury.
Oh yeah, well
That's what
yeah,
it
he's
seems
not
like.
he's not in combat, so technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just he looks up at you and like leans back and just eventually his eyes go even wider and he stops yelling and he just slumps to the ground completely without giving you any more information.
Makiko sighs and puts her own blade. I wish we could have killed him ourselves before the blood loss took him away.
You should still collect his head, Makiko-san, as an example to any who would betray you further. Strike such thoughts from the head of them before they even begin to fester.
There are more important things to worry about than putting his head on a spike for now. If Shinju sent him to kill the priest, she is either at the tea house or maybe even at the temple itself if she's not there.
We should finish our conversation with this priest and then proceed to seek the answers for ourselves.
She makes her way back up towards the priest. She looks to Onozaki. Thank you for staying behind to protect him.
He nods and offers a slight bow with his nodashi, puts it away. Still keeping an eye out, though, around Hikaru.
Yeah, Hikaru, he frowns. Hi. It is, He looks at a boy and snaps his fingers. The boy rushes forward and bows and hands a scroll over to him. This has been in this temple, this shrine, for many years. A ward against the evil spirits. I give it to you. And you're all kind of wondering if this is, is this real? This is all just very, very, superstition. He unfurls it, though, however, in front of you. It's this just scroll, essentially. It reads strength.
And she'll pass it to Katsuyo. Thank you, Hikaru-san. If possible, we will see if we can deal with these Oni who come from the temple. But first, we have other matters to attend to.
Hi.
I would be aware it seems as if the madam of the tea house would like your head.
He considers it for a moment, shrugs slightly. All men must die. I have now served a purpose to destroy this evil. He bows.
She bows to him as well. And she looks to the others if they have any further questions for the priest.
Onozaki is going to look towards Hikaru and say, why does the madam want you dead? What else do you know? Anything that could help us?
Perhaps it was the seal. Perhaps it is that I know what I have seen in my dreams, and now I have told you. But she is too late.
And Onozaki, being all superstitious anyway, nods. Hi, thank you for the scroll.
I wield it against the Oni, the yokai. It will serve you well. What does Father Faustino think about all this magical
Father Faustino
malarkey?
He's off to the side. He was keeping Mario kind of away from all of what was going on down there, having an idea of what was taking place, trying to keep his eyes averted so that he didn't have to witness the execution of that man, but also knowing that he's not dictating or has really no say in the matters, that he's just kind of waiting for decisions to be made so that he can follow along with the rest of the group.
Hikaru, on that point, asks, "Where will you go?"
We are going to seek out Shinju. She is something I want.
Hey. Banzai, then.
Kiko gives a bow before heading back down the steps slowly.
You hear, or you see Hikaru. He simply turns around and grabs his hoe again and begins to garden as if nothing had happened.
As Onozaki follows them, if they're all leaving, are we going back down the hill?
Yeah, Katsuyori would have nodded to the priest and followed Makiko.
Onozaki will say, the evil spirits of this place, perhaps they want only chaos to disrupt your leadership over this town. It's a shame we could not have executed that man in front of the entire town. Maybe that would have been a good message to send, that there is order soon to be returned.
There is at least one other that we can make an example out of. And if I can get my hands on my son, Shinju will be next.
He nods, and perhaps you should hold the scroll.
She shakes her head. No. Katsuyori-san has showed great bravery. And though my skills in combat are proficient, I am injured. As the Gaijin has said, I am not at full combat capacity at the moment.
All the more reason for you to have strength. But he turns after that and doesn't speak on it anymore. Starts down the hill.
As they walk down the hill, Mitsu approaches Makiko. Your pardon, honorable magistrate. I wonder, the creature that attacked you, did it walk as a man or a beast?
It is hazy from last night. I lost much blood. I cannot recall its gait.
Of course.
I am sorry, go ahead.
He just gives a slight bow. Doesn't appear to want to press her about it.
Makiko, why don't you give me a perception roll? Trying to remember what you saw at the time and all that. You're untrained, I already looked, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. That'd have been a real good roll if it would have exploded.
In the meantime, as they walk, she does look to both Mitsuta and even to Faustino as they walk. Though both of you are obviously not warrior, I cannot help but exemplify the bravery that both of you are showing by continuing to accompany us.
Mitsu gives a deep bow. You do me great honor.
And Father Faustino, he nods as he's walking in acknowledgement to her words. And he says, "No, Magistrate, I am not a warrior at all. I'm a man of the cloth, a man of peace. Hopefully there won't be any more bloodshed, such as there was, but I have a feeling there may be. It still doesn't deter me from my reason for being here, and to seeing that you get better as well."
I do appreciate the sentiment, but there will most likely be more bloodshed. She looks back to Mitsutaka. You mentioned the thing that attacked me last night. It was definitely not a person, at least not fully.
He furrows his brow at that. I see. These are indeed strange times. Thank you, Magistrate. He bows deeply.
Onizaki's got to look over to Father Faustino and say, Gaijin, does your god protect you from spirits?
And Father Faustino will look at him and look down and smile at Mario and look back at him. He says, "Well, I sure hope so. I sure hope so."
Do you not have the power to protect us?
And he smiles. "Well, I will pray for our protection, of course. And if my God seems fit or is willing, he will protect us, of course. But if not, well then," and he looks down at Mario and gives him a little nod, and Mario hands the long sack over to him. And Father Faustino pulls out the long rifle. "Hopefully, this will help in our protection as well."
Onizaki just nods. Keep going.
Alright, where are you going?
Well, most likely back to the tea house.
Okay.
That seems to be the most logical place that Shinju might be.
Alright, give me a sec. Let's take a quick 5.
Kick down the door and just kill everybody in there.
Yeah. And no one would bat an eyelash.
They're like, "Hey, I'm the fucking magistrate. Get fucked on, bitch." That's exactly what she's gonna say.
Everybody be like, "Oh man, geishas are
Open the
cool."
door. Here on the floor,
Village.
everyone to the dinosaur.
We have come here to eat sushi and kick ass. Frankly, we're all out of sushi.
And frankly, I'm allergic to fish.
Can you imagine being
Puts
allergic
on
to
the
fish?
sunglasses.
Oh no, that'd be the worst.
Your life is over. You're eating
That's-
nothing but fucking rice.
That's why no one there's allergic to fish, because they're all fucking dead. Out of the gene
Yeah.
pool.
They called that gene genetic problem ages ago. We've probably rebuilt it with the Americanized Asian peoples that have come over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobe
Japan
beef,
is
man.
clean. Japan is clean. There are no cowards of fish there anymore.
Unfortunately, my boyfriend's one of the weak-willed suckers who can't eat fish.
Oh man.
Cowards.
know.
That's what the puffer fish is for. That's
Make
what
him.
some of us that will eat.
Yeah, I know. I need to poison him. I've already poisoned him with apples,
break his-
nuts.
You gave him those nuts, eh?
I did. I gave him these nuts. I've given him 3 different things that he's allergic to by accident.
All in one dish.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm
Nut,
like, I'm the
nut
worst.
fish. Well, I too am allergic to nuts. So.
That reminds me of Ron White. And I don't remember if it was brother-in-law or who was lactose intolerant. Ron was giving him the business about that.
It sucks being lactose intolerant, man. I just want to eat cheese.
Is everybody still here? Because I'm ready if you guys are.
Yep.
Doc, you around?
Yep.
Okay. Let me. So, almost made a boo boo. Okay. It's like when you pull the banner or the ribbon over and you're like, oh, that's in the wrong layer. Hold on.
Oh no.
You head back to the tea house. It's the middle of the day. You notice that, unlike usual, there's not anyone outside to greet anyone coming or going, the clientele. You also notice that it appears that the streets around this area are empty. No one is about. Everyone seems to be run off, if you will.
Makiko has a hand on her blade. She doesn't draw it, but she keeps it there for a quick draw there. And as she looks around, she takes a quick glance back to the other. I have a bad feeling. I think that this is either an ambush or she is not here and is vacated.
Makiko-san,
Hi.
do you know the best way to deal with an ambush?
Well, anticipate and funnel them into a smaller location so you may deal with it.
That is one. There is one more bold. That is to charge the ambush. And he looks to the door. If I may.
Please. And she steps to the side, allowing Katsuyori to take the lead.
He's gonna draw his blade, and I intend to just basically kick the screen and charge in. So, if anyone else wants to do anything before that.
Onozaki will try to stop him first and be like, perhaps since I am older, I should go first. He pulls the Nodachi out.
Ha! The first to enter the fray, with the most glory. It shall be me, Onozaki-san. And right in there.
Alright. Give me a second. I'm having trouble with my API. I need to do a little reboot. Should just take
Another 5-minute break?
No.
It will be one. No more. No less. I count.
My
one.
BPH is kicking in. Come on.
Japanese view counts going down by the second every time we talk.
We're banned in Japan. Probably in China.
In China, we're knockoff. Like, there's some knockoff game.
Yeah.
Blasters and blades.
Yeah.
Chinese
Bushido
DP
death.
joint.
Blasters and bastards. Let's go.
What was that one? Babes and bastards.
Yep, babes and bastards.
Oh no, it's shit.
Oh,
So rude.
darkness.
There was a job when I was over there where, because I was an English teacher, and you could do, you could get a job just correcting menus around town. There were so many with the Coca-Cola, C-O-R-A,
Oh,
editing menus.
I should go there and edit. No, oh wait, no. I don't want to go to China.
They have a lot written in English.
All right. You kick in the door. The social screen crumbles quite easily. You push yourself inside. The first thing you notice is everything appears to be more or less normal. There's the social screens across the hallway. You see two of them. And you see at the end of the hall, where she normally is Shinju sitting relaxed, playing a biwa. You hear the sounds of the stringed instrument. She looks up over it and plays a few notes and sits it down next to her, pulling her fan and covering her face. Samurai-sama, what brings you to the tea house?
I think you are well aware, witch. And he steps to the side to let the others enter. Blade still at the ready.
And Makiko enters, and as she does, she draws her blade, pointing it towards Shinji. Where is my son?
Oh, Makiko, you were my best student.
Only your student because you forced me to be.
What samurai would let themselves be forced to do anything? Am I your lord? Am I a daimyo? No.
No. You're a manipulative witch. Where is he?
She... You can't see her face because she has this fan in front and she flips it a few times. What about the rest of you? You wish to follow a samurai who cannot control herself?
We are here to enforce our right. You are a fool to attempt such brazen disrespect. You should be punished. That is why I am here.
Pah, she says, and the fan, you notice, rises just a bit higher on her face. I am commanded by the greatest samurai that have ever lived. Why would I worry about insignificant fools such as you?
Onozaki is going to, he's going to charge her. And he's like, he will say, "Do not let her use her magic," and he just charge her if he can.
As you begin to run across the hallway, the first thing that happens is my music stopped, of course. The second thing that happened is not the song that I wanted. I'll get it eventually, guys. The Soshi screens across the hallway burst open, or flung open, and there's some fellers there. They all come out as Onozaki begins to move forward. The next thing that happens is she simply shakes her head as you get closer. Why don't you move to like right about there? Right about there, we'll say. Onozaki's running across the floor there. He gets a good look at Shinju as she drops her fan, and he notices something quite strange. The beautiful woman is suddenly changed, deformed. Her body contorts in a strange way as her legs begin to meld together in what you can only consider to be a snake-like tail that she rises up on, and you hear the sickening rattle from behind her as she slithers in place, her fingers elongating and growing into black talons. And what's your reaction to that?
Oh shit, dog! No, he's gonna charge.
Oh god.
His eyes are gonna go like crazy wide, you know, but he's just gonna charge it.
All right, hold on. Oh fuck
Oh
this.
shit, dog.
There's episode name right there.
Oh god, that's too good.
Look up the kanji for oh and shit, and good to go.
All right. All right. Let me make sure everything's ready for initiative. It is. Go ahead and roll your initiatives.
Is that combat?
Yeah, it'll be in combat. Yeah.
I'm guessing we're all trained in initiative.
It rolls off of oh hell, what does it roll off of? Athletics, I think. Yeah. Just roll initiative. It's fine.
Ooh,
Ouch.
definitely not athletics. I believe it's off of sense.
Oh, that's right. It's off reaction. I'm sorry. I should know that.
That's right.
Obviously. Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, he was gonna say something like totally different until she changed into the demon.
So Katsuyori has the seal, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mechanically, just so you know, so we can keep track of it, what it does for you is, so you every time you attack a Oni, which would include her. You get 2 benefits on your attack. You're immune to any fear effects, and you get +4 soak versus other attacks, which means, not bludgeons, piercing, or slashing. So if there's something with a type other, you get 4 soak against that. Alright. What was I gonna do? Yeah. Alright. Go ahead and line yourself up with a hex right around yourself. And alright, I'm up first. So I believe I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's gonna run to here. So he runs up on Onozaki for 5 AP. For you, I'll walk you guys through kind of how this works for those who haven't done this. Just realize, brief kind of rundown how this works is there is no concept of turns, not really. You'll spend AP based on the action, and whoever has the lowest AP goes. And if you have the same AP, then you look at the turn order, and then that determines who goes first. Okay, so the Kabukimono went, he ran, so running will give you a -5 to hit him if before his next action. Okay, the Nura Ona is next, Shinju. She is actually going to do something here, an ability she has. So she is actually going to try a spell. Control mind. Oh, it's can she reach you effects? So it's touch, so she would have to. How much am I away? Okay, so that would be a TN of 15 right there. Whew. 10, 25. That's 40. She's actually just going to move instead. She's going to move 2. She moves 2. So that's 2 AP for her. Mori, you're up. Makiko.
Makiko is. Let me just look at these offensive techniques really quick. Oh, I can't do that, unfortunately. I'm gonna spend 4. Actually,
You can charge.
gonna spend 5 I think after only I think it says 3.
At least.
I'm not in range.
At least 3.
Oh, at least 3.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll do. I'm guessing by 5 I'll be able to get to
Yep.
him. So she'll charge 5, and she'll strike at this one here just because it is in range.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a hardship then.
Yep. Hardship. Or are you attacking with your
Awesome.
katana?
Yes.
So when it asks you for additional mods, do a -5 as well, since he ran last round.
Oh, okay. So. Oof. Wait. Ooh.
That cannot drop
3
Yeah.
hardships?
No, you should. Hold on, let me see.
No, I put 1 as a hardship. Is it because I'm
Do you
injured?
have
I didn't see-
wounds? You have no wounds. You
I
did.
didn't check through.
Okay, so here's one thing. So your dex is 1 lower because you are. Okay, so you have a wound. You do have a persistent wound, which is -1 to your dex. So, and then 1 hardship. So, yeah. You're actually rolling only. You're rolling 1 plus. Yeah, your dex is only 2. So you're rolling 1 plus your 2 in swords. So that's 3. Yeah, that would. But you can never actually not roll all your dice. So it would actually be a 6. But you could use your Najinata instead, which she is better with, just so you know.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that.
Just use that instead, we'll say.
Yeah, we'll use that instead.
Yeah. So that's should be in your whatchamacallit, your combat menu, and then it should have a -3 already in there because the weapon is unwieldy. So just add a 5 to that, so it would be a -8 because he's running. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
much better.
It looks better. Okay, so he's gonna try to dodge.
What if I reach? Would I stop
You
here
could.
then?
Yes. Oh, you would definitely
Yeah.
want to because you don't want to be
Yeah.
inside that range. Yeah. So he's gonna dodge. Where's my dodge? Okay, so. No, that's a hit. So give yourself 4 AP. He adds AP to him for dodging. So you hit for his dodge was 10. You rolled a 17, so that's 7. Plus, I'm guessing you're slashing. Is that right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So charging would give that 8. So that would be a total of what? 15 minus 3. So 12 damage. That gives him a wound. Alright, let me see if this is working. Where's my wound? He's a minion, so he's dead, actually. So how's that look?
So Makiko runs up behind Onoza, and seeing this one as he seems very focused on looks like the Naga that's kind of appeared. She runs up behind and impales this one here, like a big kimono, through the basically just chops kind of stabs into his arm, I'd say, and just rips upwards, and he screams as the blood starts flying everywhere and he falls to the ground.
Okay. Maybe 6 stops. The next one, he's going to charge. Well, he's running, so he can't actually do that. Or he can't move it. So he moves his. He's going to actually just move to right there. Okay, that guy moved. Onozaki, you're up.
Nice. As he's like moving towards her, he notices Makiko take the guy out right next to him, and he turns and kind of nods and sees this guy coming. Can he step over and hack at him with the
You
dashi?
can. I think it's charge is one way to do it. Your no dachi, does it have reach? Does it say it has reach?
No.
Yeah, the only way to do it is to move and attack, or to charge, basically.
Okay, so yeah, he'll charge at
Okay,
him.
that costs 4 AP. And then when you attack, give yourself a hardship.
So I add the 4 in the green area
Yep.
there. And hardship.
Okay. He is going to try to dodge. Oh boy. So 13 torso strike plus 10, 23 kills him.
Yeah, so Onozaki spins around and takes a few steps at him and brings the Nojashi above his head and comes down, kind of just cleaves right through the guy's collarbone and splits him in half up to his intestines there, and lets him drop off the blade, kind of almost in 2 pieces.
The next Kabu Kimono, he's gonna run out here, so that's gonna cost him 4 to run that. 7 hexes, and then he will be at -5. Father Festino, you're up.
Yeah, Father Festino, as soon as we walked in and all this started happening, he saw Onozaki start running, and then Mori Makiko slash someone down. The second all that started happening, in an instant, he grabbed the leather satchel off of Mario, threw it around his own shoulder, and then just pushed Mario out the doors that they came in. As he pushes Mario out the doors he came in, he takes a deep breath, makes the sign of the cross, and starts loading his arquebus.
Okay, so that's a reload slow on that, so that costs 5 AP to do that.
Okay, how do I do
just
this?
okay, so just click on your token and click on your green bubble and just put a 5 in there.
Okay.
All right. So who is up next? I believe it is Mitsutaka.
Okay, Mitsu pulls blades out of both sleeves. Sort of gives a sigh as if he can't believe he's doing this, and steps in front of the Padre while he loads.
So you moved 2 hexes, I believe. All right. Yep,
Yeah.
so that just is 2 AP. Katsuyori.
So I'm trying to figure out how far I could move on a run.
On a run, you can move up to 10 hexes.
Yeah, because he sees the whole thing going down with this spirit or whatever she's turned into, and part of him is shocked, but part of him still thinks it's some kind of trickery, some kind of trick of the eyes, these sorcerers. And he just draws blade and he begins running towards her and that Kabukimono to engage. He'll push past Bujo since he's kind of in the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Move, merchant! And he just shoulder bumps him a bit.
Yeah, you can go ahead and move your guy 10 hexes. Okay. So give you 5 on that and 5 on that. Alright, now, so the next thing we do is we look who has the least amount of AP spent. There are 2 of you at 2. One is Shinju and one is Mitsutaka, and she is higher in the initiative order, so she goes first. So she is going to, let's see how far away she is. She's 5 hexes from you. Okay, so this is going to be a 30. This is going to be a TN of 30 for her. I'll explain what she's doing. So let me pull her up real quick. Oops, wrong person. Bear with me. Okay. So she has to roll. Okay, now this is not the actual skill. I just haven't built the skill into the character sheet yet, but it's out of senses. She's going against a 30 here, so. Okay, so she met it. Okay, so I need you to roll a willpower vigilance versus a 32.
Does that scroll help him at all?
He does have the scroll, yes. I'll give it 2 benefits on it.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper you something. That was her turn. Who is... So, Mitsutaka, you're up. Can you not see anyone's AP, or...
The only one that I can see is Katsuyori's. Everyone else, there's nothing.
crap. Hold on. I'll go around fixing that.
Sorry.
No,
I can see everybody's except the father's. For whatever that's
And
worth.
I can't see his or Onozaki's or Niraona.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I can't see anybody's.
Yeah, you should be able to see. Okay, hold on.
Oh shit, though.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Shinto tribe.
I can see Makiko's, which is what, a 4?
Yep.
And Katsuyori, which is 5.
Yeah, I'm going through and fixing it.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Can everybody see Makiko's, for instance?
Hi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, now I can start saying. Now I'm saying people's.
Okay, I'm just fixing the tokens. Okay. Everybody should be able to see
Perfect.
everybody's now.
Yep.
Looks like I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, Mitsutaka, you're up.
He will slip over. No, that uncovers the Padre. He holds where he is.
Yeah, you can do an Overwatch action, and if certain conditions are met, you'll do whatever action you want based on that.
Okay, well, if our Naga closes on Katsuyori and comes into throwing knife range, he will throw.
Okay. So that's a 5 AP action. I'll just give you that. That's fine. Okay, there's a bunch of 4s. The highest 4, I believe, is Makiko.
Okay. How far can we move?
You can run
if
up
we
to
just-
10 hexes. You can walk up to 5 hexes.
All right. Well, I'm going to run up. She doesn't know what's going on up there. Run up beside Katsuyori.
Okay.
Kind of brandishing her own blade
That
there.
was 8 hexes, so it costs 4.
Yep.
So go ahead and give yourself 8 AP spent. I believe the next is Onozaki.
Yeah, he turns and sees Katsuyori charge up there. Gets worried for him, and he is also going to try to charge up there as well.
Okay. You charged.
How far can I?
You can run up to 10 hexes. You can run, 5 as well. 5 is the minimum you can run.
Okay, so he'll come to there then.
Okay.
And that
adds 5.
5.
So you're all running. Okay. So cool. So it's this guy. I believe. Yep. He's going to move forward. He can't charge. He's not. So his action is just a move. So now he's at 5 with no run penalty. So now we are at whoever is next, which I think it is going to be Father Faustino. No, it's the Kabukimono. Kabukimono. Right? Or is it? Yeah, he's next. Okay, he's going to attack Makiko. He's actually going to do 2 aims, however. Going to aim twice. That puts him at 7 AP. Now it is Father Faustino's turn. With his Arbicus fully loaded.
Yep, he's going to raise it up as everyone's starting to run down the hall there. And he's going to raise it up and try and get a bead on the demon down at the end.
Okay. What's
And then he's going to
Yeah, go ahead.
aim.
You're gonna aim. How many times are you gonna aim?
How does that work?
So you can aim. You can use 5 AP to aim, up to 5. Each time you aim, it's so the way it technically works is you would have to do it in increments. So you're at 5. You could aim 1 time for now, and then see if you want to keep aiming later. Because anytime your AP goes above somebody who acts, like it would go up to 6. So now Katsunori would go. So you can start with 1, and then it'll give you a benefit. And each time you aim, it gives you an additional benefit to hit. So.
Okay. Yep. So I'll aim
Okay.
once.
So go ahead and give yourself 6 AP then. Katsuyori, you're up.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna roll to see who I'm gonna deal with in just a moment. So I've got 2 options here as far as I can see it. All right. So Katsuyori is going to turn to Makiko and swing his weapon at her.
Oh no.
You see him flash his blade at you. What would you like to do, Makiko? So that's he didn't add the -5 in because actually it's -10 because he was running last round and you were running last round, so it's actually only an 18. So
I'm gonna try to dodge out
you
of
want
the
to
way.
dodge
I'll
or you want
spend
to
the
parry?
Ooh. Parry means
You
I
would
hit
use
back.
your Najinata skill, your polearm skill.
Do I take a negative for it being a reach weapon?
Yeah, you're gonna take it. Yeah, you definitely are. Let me
I'm gonna dodge
let me
then.
see what it is though. Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
What is the? Is it long or is it reach?
It said reach.
Okay. Let me pull this up. Give me a second. Well, it's nice that you guys were both running. Where is it? Reach. Yeah, hardship. Only an attack though.
Mm.
So you could defend with no.
Okay. I'll parry then.
Okay, so in additional mods, add -5 to whatever that is.
Would I get an additional -5 because of the running?
Yeah, so -3, -5, so a -8 total. Because you have a -3 because of unwieldy.
All right.
So 14 versus 18, that is a hit. In the head. So that's 9 damage plus his... Okay, let me make sure here. So 4, 9, 15. You do have head armor. So your head armor is 4, so 11. So that's only enough to do an injury, actually.
Yeah, Makiko, not expecting it coming from her left, from Katsuyori, strikes and towards her face, and it gets kind of under the armor, gets slicing into her cheek, and she pulls back, unable to deflect it. What are you doing, Katsuyori-san?
Yeah, he's saying nothing. He's just yelling and raging, and his eyes are wide, very angry.
Alright, it is Shinju's turn. She's she's going to make a roll against Onuzaki. It's going to be the same TN of 30. Oh, so she tries something and she looks at you and her eyes like glow this red, but nothing happens. You're not sure what really happened, but nothing happens to you at the very least. So I believe Father Faustino is up.
Father Faustino didn't quite catch what was happening down at the end there between Takamaro and Makiko, because he was aiming down his sights at the demon at the end there. So that all kind of happened in his peripheral. And as he was aiming down there, he's just kind of getting a little nervous, and he takes the shot.
Okay. What's the range on your Arbicus?
I would assume it's long.
Well,
right?
it'll have a specific number.
Let's see. Is that in my?
It would be
gear or
in
something?
the gear, yeah.
Arbicus 000 bludgeoning other range 8.
8. So that's gonna be, what's double? Double, I believe, is extreme range. We'll just call it long. So go ahead and make your shot. So give yourself 1 benefit for aiming once. And then when it comes to, when it asks you your range, go ahead and say long.
Praise the Lord.
And what for aiming? Sorry.
So when it asks you for a benefit, put a 1 in the benefit.
Okay. Sorry, getting used
No,
to
you're
this.
The bullet is blessed.
Yeah, it's a miss. It just, the ball just flies and just whips by Onozaki and Shinju, smashing into the wall behind them.
And where do I tell if it's a miss? Oh, because the range TN
Yeah,
versus the skill roll. Oh,
Right.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's 21 versus a 35. On long range, you roll 3d10 and add that to their base defense for range TN.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and add 3 to your AP there, Doc. So that would be, you're at 9. What I'm going to do now is there are, from these doors come at least one more person. Comes from up here. So the way it works when you bring in a new combatant is he takes the AP of the highest person, which is 10, so he would get 11 AP, and then he rolls initiative as normal. Okay. Did that automatically? Yep. Okay. So, Mitsutaka, you see this guy run in over through this door. I believe you're up. Oh no, the Kabujimoni is that okay? So the Kabukumono attacks Makiko as well. Makiko, you are being attacked by 2 different people. So you are what is called, I think it's technically surrounded or something like that, but where is the, 1 second, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, any defense is at -3. So he's going to attack. Since you're defending against Katsuyori as well. Katana. Oh, oops.
Alright, I'm gonna do a strafe dodge.
Okay.
To shift back one when doing this.
Okay. 32.
Oh my goodness. Combat. No benefit, but
Yeah, you're gonna take.
hardship.
Yeah. Oh, he should have been
Oh,
a
yeah,
negative
hardship.
5 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 27.
So I've got a hardship. Do I have any other negatives?
You have a negative.
from
You don't have a
strafing?
hardship. You have a negative. You have an injury. So.
Oh no, this is for strafing. To like move backwards.
Okay. So
like
so you have a no.
because I have a hardship.
No, you don't have any. You don't have any hardships as far as You the negative 3 for your injuries already worked in, so you don't need to put anything in there.
Yeah, it's just for the strafe
Yep,
move.
you just have 1 hardship for that.
Yeah. Ugh.
So you're not able to get out of the way, right?
No.
So 12, 27, so 17, 15, 19 damage, minus 3 on the left leg, 16 damage. That is enough to give you a wound. API is just totally broke, so I don't know what happened. I'll have to do it manually. So he cuts you across the right leg, and you're starting to bleed profusely.
Am I able to still take that back up, or do I still stay there?
Does strafe say? I can't remember.
Let's see. Defender rules, dodge agility, blah blah blah. If the defender's roll is greater than the attacker, the dodge is successful. The defender then may move 1 hex so long as the defender remains in. Not sure
Let's
if that's
see.
just success.
It sounds like you have to succeed.
Yeah. I
and
would.
do
It would be that you'd have to succeed.
Yeah, she tries to step back and out of the way, but he gets her across the leg. Blood starts to pour down, and she grits her teeth hard as she starts to bleed, not wanting to show any sign of weakness.
All right. So I believe it is Mitsutaka's turn. I added 2 AP for the strafe.
Oh,
Yep.
I already
Oh,
added
you did?
it before
Okay.
that.
Take it down
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's
cool.
a 12.
Thank you.
So he turns his attention to the one that just came in the doorway here, and we'll do the same thing. We'll hold, waiting to throw when it comes closer.
Okay. Do you have a specific range in mind, or?
Oh, yeah. Let's see, about 5x.
Okay, 5x is cool. All right, do that again then. All right. So we are at Katsuyori. You're up again. You've used 3 AP so far in your attacks versus your comrades.
Who are you attacking?
Is it back to me?
Mhm. You're at 8.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Sorry,
No,
my
you're
good. All right. I'm already here, Makiko. It's gonna do a reckless attack.
Oh, damn.
Okay, I'll try to parry that.
Okay, you're gonna take a -3 in addition to your previous -3 because of your you're being surrounded.
So -9.
Well,
I'll
put
try-
in your additional mods, it'll be -6, but you have a -3 already built in.
a negative
Yeah.
6.
Would Onozaki even notice that that's going on?
I mean, this is kind of happening as you're running by, so after... oh my.
Oh no. Oh
Oh
no.
boy.
Oh, no.
Okay. Let's see here. So that's 42, 39, minus your 3. Okay, that's 36, minus your armor, 32. Okay. Your mortality threshold's a 24, I believe. Is that right? Yep.
Death roll?
Yep, death roll versus 32, I think I said.
Let's see if you kill Makiko.
Now you can use a you can burn a fate point. So look at those rules real quick. Fate.
Yeah, you can just burn it and automatically save it, right?
Yes. You should have at least one.
I have no idea where I would say where I have it.
So
Should be on your
yeah, it's
sheet.
in your sheet.
Oh, I have none.
Well, you should have one. You should have
According
one.
to
She's
this
built
sheet.
as an NPC, so she should have one. All those
So
are
I can use it.
spins at the top. You can burn fate points. You can burn to automatically pass a roll. So you could burn it.
Yeah, I'll burn it here just to not die.
Mm-hmm.
As Katsuyori slashes Makiko across the right arm. It goes limp for a moment before just the grip just continues on her Naginata. She says, "Snap out of it, Katsuyori, please."
And how much is a reckless attack AP wise?
4.
4. So you're at 7.
I'm at 7. Yep.
All right. So that also spent. Oops, sorry. So you're at 4. Okay, 12. All right. Who's at 9? Father Faustino, you are after Onozaki. Onozaki, you may go. You see this. You're seeing Katsuyori just attack Makiko randomly.
Yeah. I think he would be pretty sure that it's it's the witch that's doing this. So I don't see him like turning his target. I think maybe he would figure if he takes her out that maybe the magic would be gone. But he's going to continue to charge her, and he will just yell Katsuyori's name as he's doing it, in hopes that somehow stop him or snap him out of it. But 2 hexes to get there.
Mm-hmm. You can't charge. You can only move. You're not far enough away to charge. Okay, so but that does a couple things. That drops that out of there. That puts you at 11. Oh, she's now gonna go before you. But the Kabi Kimono goes next. So what's he gonna do? He sees you. So he's not even gonna disengage. He's gonna move away. Are you wanting to try to make an opportunity attack against the Makiko? It does cost AP to do so.
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna hit him. I'm gonna try to.
Alright, so opportunity attack is what? Yeah, that's just 3. It's made it a 1 hardship. It's gonna be tough. So
Oh, it should be 6, but
yeah. So you'd be at 0. So he can't hit him. So he moves away. So add AP3 to you. So he's gonna move. He's actually charging down to here. That'll get him there. It's 14. He's gonna attack Onozaki. So he takes a hardship. How would you like to try to evade this, Onozaki?
If I dodge, that gives me...
It'll bump you to 12.
She's still going before me anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah. If I block, is it any different?
Block and dodge are both 1 AP. I mean, blocking, you get to use your Nodachi.
Yeah, let me do that.
Okay, go ahead and just roll your Nodachi. I'll bump your AP to 12.
No benefit, no hardship.
No. Yeah, you easily parry it.
Nice.
It just ricochets off your blade. Doc, you're up.
Yeah, so Father Faustino, as he's back there, he took his shot. After he takes a shot, he sees someone else come bursting through the doors off to his right. And he glances over that way, trying to remain composure, keep his composure. Under his breath, he's, saying the Lord's Prayer, Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come. And as he's doing that, he's reloading his rifle, knowing that Mitsutaka is right here with him should anything happen.
Okay. Reload slow, that would be 5 AP. The next is Harotano, who is going to run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when he gets right about there, Mitsutaka, you can attack him. Because you did your held action. And so what that does is you add the 3 AP for attack, and then you can go ahead and throw. What's your range on? I think it's 2, so it's going to be a long range for your throw. Nice. Oh, yeah. Versus the 36. Yeah, it just miss. It just goes over his shoulder wide as he's getting closer. Alright. It's her turn. She slashes out with a claw at Onozaki. Let's see. Yeah. So it just it's 15. You don't have the scroll, right? Katsuyori does, so 15, 20. Minus 3, 17. That's enough to give you a wound. So this black claw just comes down and crashes against your leg, cutting your quad.
Yeah.
And you're a very stout fellow, so it's
Yeah. Hmm. He probably like dropped down to one knee and still he shouts his name again. Probably when a name he called him when he was a little boy. You know, maybe it was Taku or something like that. He shouts it out, and he's gonna bring his blade back as soon as he gets a
Yeah,
chance.
it is your turn.
And he's gonna just hack at her torso if he can.
You can. You also remember you can't aim because she goes after you, so you could aim one then attack if you wanted.
Okay.
But now Katsuyori's gonna go if you do that before you.
Oh, okay. No,
Okay.
I can't take that chance. I guess.
It's just a straight attack. Then you are. Yep, you're good to go. I think.
Oh.
What is that number? 20. All right, so she's going to try to dodge. Okay, so give yourself 3 more AP there while we're at it. So don't forget. She's going to dodge. She's going to dodge. So it's an 11. Plus 5. That's 16 minus 3. 13. That's enough to give her a wound. And it's mortal, so it gives her an injury as well.
Nice.
So one of those. So how does that look?
Yeah, he shouts Taku and brings the blade across the side, straight into her torso. Unfortunately, not chopping her in half, but he rips the blade back out, kind of raises it for his next strike.
Yeah, she screams out in pain as the blade cleaves through her leg. Katsuyori, why don't you give me a vigilance roll as she's injured?
Scroll bonus?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another d10. So it'd be 16. Yeah, that's good. That's good enough to break out of it. What does that look like as you do?
Yeah, so he raises his blade at Makiko as if he's going to swing again, then he stops and his expression changes from just complete anger to one of shock and then disappointment. He just looks at Makiko, great shame, and shakes his head. He turns, and I will charge the Kabuki Mono.
Okay. Yep, you can do that. Okay. 16 AP. So there's no penalty for him to dodge because numbers are even.
All right.
Nice.
Oh boy. He's gonna try to dodge. Let's see here. No. So that puts him at 15 AP, so oh boy. So that's what, 3, 9, 14. Where did you hit him in the head? He doesn't have any armor there. So 14. That's a kill.
Yeah, so he sprints up and with determination now he just cleaves through his neck and the head lops off and the body goes limp.
It is her again. She's going to try to strike out at Onuzaki. Let me see whatever trick she has here.
No tricks. No trick.
Yeah, she's gonna swing her claw at you
Nothing to see
again.
here.
Yeah. She actually just swings a normal claw at you this time. Well, no. That won't even beat your you don't have to roll. It doesn't beat your what you call it, base TN.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she swings and misses. You can do a defensive action if you want to do something more than parry or dodge or whatever, like strafe or.
No, I'm good,
Okay.
actually.
All right. I believe it is Father Faustino. His gun reloaded finally.
Yeah, Father Faustino, as he finishes saying the Lord's Prayer, just as he finishes loading the weapon, he levels it at the man running towards him and Mitsutaka, and just out of sheer just reflexes, doesn't take time to aim, he just raises it up and fires at
Okay,
him.
that's medium range. Shit. Yeah. Oh man. It just goes flying overhead again as your nerves get the best of you.
That was medium range, is the same TN as long range?
It's just how the rolls happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this one's 20 plus 2d10. That one was something else plus 3d10. All right. I think it's Onozaki again.
He's going to. Normal attack, I guess.
You could do reckless attack too if you wanted.
Reckless is, it's faster.
No, reckless. You have more of a chance to hit, but all your defense is impaired.
No, he'll do his normal. He does, he looks over at Katsuyori as he comes over and finishes that guy off next to him, and he says, "Ah, there you are!" And then, and he laughs, and then he swings the Nodachi.
Okay, she's gonna try to dodge.
Die, demon!
Oh boy. 17, 22. Not quite enough. But it gives her a wound. Is that actually a wound? That's just.
He's going for that torso.
Yeah, so how does it look as you cut her stomach and you can see her guts close to unraveling out of her body?
Yeah. And he comes back down on the other side as if he was like hacking at a tree, and splits into the other side above where her hip would be and opens it up, rips the blade out, his blood spurts out.
Alright, so go ahead and add your. So I'll do that. So Hirotono is going to charge Mitsutaka. And he is going. That's for. Going to swing his sword at you. Where is it? Did it just pop up rifle pistol? It sure did. Well, he's from Handy with the Steel guys.
We're doomed.
He.
Dickie Joe's coming back.
Okay, what weapon does he have? Sorry. He has a Kurisigama, so I believe that is so he would have actually come to here. So he has a basically he's swinging this chain with a ball on the end of it, and on the other end is a kama, and he flings it out at you. He should have an exotic weapon, right? Yeah. Oh man.
That's gonna hit.
Oh god.
So you can dodge. I think that's really all you can do.
Yeah.
So it's bludgeoning. Let me do hit location since his macro is not set up. Find it at least. Where the hell is it? Okay, torso. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Alright, so that's 36 damage. You don't have any armor, do you? I don't think.
No. Nope.
Alright, would you like to... You can either roll a death roll, or you can burn a fate point. You need to make a 36 to live.
God, it's tempting to make the roll to see what happens, but we'll burn the fate.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So you do take an injury, but... or a wound, I should say. Yeah, so this ball just smashes against your chest and knocks the wind out of you as he swings it wildly. Oh, you know what? I have to re-roll that attack because I didn't give him a... I did not give him a... I didn't give him a hardship for charging. Hold on. Might not be that bad. That's quite a bit different. So... Yeah. So it's a 6 plus 2, that's 8. I don't think that's not even enough to give you a wound. That gives you an injury instead. So it still hits you in the chest, and you get your fate point back too, by the way. So yeah, it just whacks you in the chest and it stings. Where is... Sorry, my API not working is slowing me down here. Alright, so I think you're up, Mitsutaka.
Mitsu staggers from the blow to the chest. He points to where the samurai are hacking on the big bad. Your master is dying. Your only chance is to lay down your weapon.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation roll.
How about deception?
No.
Unless he's trying like, hey, made you look flack. Look over that.
So he does take some pause. So go ahead and give yourself 2 AP there for that. He is gonna have an action to be determined, but it did something. So I think you're at 19 now. So that is Katsuyori is up.
Well, I have to take this one step in here. So I'll do that. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm next
Then
again
you'd
or
be at
someone else.
17. I don't think you're next. That's Makiko is next. The very, very beaten and battered Makiko.
Even though she's injured, she's going to charge in.
Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah. But at range.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to slash at Naga there.
Okay.
She's got to pay her back.
Yep. And it's an additional -3 or -5 for charging.
Charging is a hardship.
Oh. Okay. Oh wow. So bad.
Well, she's not in much better shape, so she's dodging.
We'll see.
Yeah, no, it's very possible.
Wow.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
well, she would keep one die, but add another -3. So so Roll20 can't do this, but what happens is if all your die are gone because of a hardship, you roll one die, and instead of taking the hardship, you take another -3. So in this case, it would be 3 minus 9. So actually, it just happens to work out. But that definitely hit her. So the difference between negative numbers and positive numbers is legitimate. So it's going to be a 10. So 14 minus 3, 11. That's enough to give her another injury. When this happens, she staggers back and you see she falls, and then when she turns back up, it's the picture of her battered but beautiful geisha self. Please, no! You don't understand! Ah. And then we can drop out of combat. Hinotaro begins to run if you let him flee. He's all the way up there, but...
What do you guys do?
Katsuyori very nearly just decapitates her on the spot, and
Why don't you go ahead and give me a
Anchor.
vigilance roll?
oh, I have so many questions. Oh well.
Yeah,
You could burn a fate point not to kill her.
Seems good.
Okay. Same with you, Onozaki. I think you should roll it too. Let me get rid of your wound because nobody actually has wound penalties any longer. You just have wounds.
kind of like afraid that she might be still casting some
Mhm.
spell or something. Yeah. Vigilance.
Yeah, it's vigilance. You're good. Makiko, you probably are in the same boat. I would say. Yeah,
Vigilance?
vigilance. Let me get rid of all your many injuries and wounds. Okay.
Oh. it
Okay,
hurts.
you're good now.
Okay. Oh. Let me just see if it's trained. It is not.
Good luck. Oh. Yeah, you are infuriated by everything, but I'm actually gonna let you ask her one question that you might be able to get the answer out of before you polish her off.
Yeah, Makiko quickly she puts her naginata to her throat, pushing it in slightly, causing beads of blood to... Where is my son?
She looks up at you, and go ahead and give me an intimidation roll. That's not bad.
Why did it say art? It shouldn't say art. It should say I clicked intimidation.
Yeah.
Let me paint you a picture.
Are they in the same? Are they in the same?
They are.
They are. Intimidation has 2 less die though. Oh well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I
know. I'm
mean.
looking at somebody else. Does it for you?
No, it.
Is it, if it's the same, it's cool. But
No, art. Well, art has 1, and then intimidation is 0, and it's on.
yeah, you get a reroll.
Yeah, fuck. Damn it! I hit intimidation.
Now we get to see if it's Ted's
It's
fault.
It's always possible.
It's Ted's fault. It's the same roll.
Same roll.
But on my sheet it works, so that doesn't make any sense.
That's so weird. Maybe I'll roll from the sheet.
Oh yeah, roll from the sheet. It might be something wrong with the macro. My fault. Might write that down.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Oh my gosh.
The blood that's coursing down, and I guess there's Makiko's just shaking at this point, both from just adrenaline and exhaustion from blood loss. There's just desperation in her voice and in her eyes at this point.
Yeah, Shinju looks up at you and hisses. Her face is kind of a bit misshapen, and she just says, "You will never keep him from returning. My love will come and strike down all of Japan and rule once more."
And with that, Makiko just draws back her blade and slices Sindru across the throat.
You take your pole arm and draw it across her throat, and she quickly expires in front of you.
Onozaki comes over to try to help her stand if she needs it at all, and says, she was too dangerous to let her live.
And Makiko, if Onozaki catches her, she falls to him. You're right. My son's still out there. I'm no closer now than I was before.
Perhaps the one who ran, we could track him down. Maybe he knows something.
He may. Let me rest.
And he will try to, heal her if he can.
Yeah, you look at her and she has several wounds, including your own. And
Yeah,
as you look at the death in the tea house, the screen is going to fade to black. And we will pick her up next week.
Nice. I liked it.